shades of green, red roses too. I see them blue for me and for you, and I think to myself,
life ends, but memories go on. Today we celebrate Sherry's life. It is evident by how well she was recognized, even in her AG work. Even the opposing lawyers gave her flowers. And you don't see that very often. That's pretty neat. They have that kind of respect for that. As I mentioned, outside of her family, Sherry lived 3 other families, and we all know her profession was a litigating attorney for the AG's office. She loved the law, often broke it. Her husband, Denton, it's Sherry Denton and her husband, Lowell and Kenneth, right? And then Diane Abbott and her husband, Mike, and their daughter, precious daughter, Megan. They're right there. And then Kara Bridges, right? Did I leave any family members out? Okay. And I have the privilege of welcoming you to this celebration this morning as we gather to celebrate.
Cronin, and I have the privilege of being the Austin chapter president for the EWGA. As was mentioned, Sherry was a long-term member of our organization. In fact, we had to kick her off the board. She had hit the maximum number of years. She had served for 8 years, and I'm sure she was just taking 1 year off and planned on being there next year. So we definitely are going to miss her. When Sherry passed, I sent a message to our association headquarters in Florida, and Pam Swenson, who is the Chief Executive Officer, sent all of the members of the chapter an email message about Sherry and her dedication to God. What matters most is how you live and love and how you spent your dash. And we appreciate that Sherry spent some of her dash with us. Thank you.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me.
I am honored to be here to share a little bit about Sherry and Girl Scouts. One of the most memorable things was when I moved to Austin. In the South area, the service unit had this group and they sang, and Sherry was the guitar player and the lead, and they called themselves Sherry and the Fields.
Sherry moved into South Austin and she joined what we call a service unit. It's a group of schools, and we were all Girl Scouts. And she didn't have any daughters, but she joined right away. She jumped in and did all kinds of things for us. And one of the things we did was we sang. And I'm appealed.
That's awesome.
She wrote songs about Girl Scouts, and they were written to the tune of some of Willie's songs. But she was a wonderful, wonderful Girl Scout, and there's a group of us that went on trips, and you've seen some of the pictures. She went to Alaska with us when we went cruising, and she was my roommate, and she got the top bunk because I would hit my head. I couldn't climb up there. And one of the fun things about Sherry is she never knew what to say to people. And somebody was trying to play a joke on me on the cruise. And so Sherry had gotten her stuff out and put them in drawers and was all organized. And then we were at dinner, and she said, I found something in my drawer that's not mine. And it was a thong. And it wasn't anybody's because one of the ladies sitting over there put it in the drawer. She was very appalled.
Than I thought, but my name is Buck Ritz, and Sherry and I practiced together in the Attorney General's office since 1991, and we became very close friends between now and this one, actually both of them, but this is one that she displayed. And that Sherry Field, their pink golf ball, and it says, "I've got attitude." We had so much fun together, but she's here now. She lives on this golf course. She lives in the Girl Scouts. She lives with her family, and she's always going to be with us. Thank you.
Many people. EWGA is a wonderful organization. We are family. We come together nationally, locally, one-on-one. All the EW teams, Sherry, stand up. And even if you're not, because you're EWGA.
Nice.
There's some back there. We're there for each other, and this just proves it. So we also have T-shirts for Team Sherry for each of the sisters.
For coming. This is a real tribute to my twin sister Sherry. And please forgive me, but I'm going to read this. Little did we know on that Sunday, March the 13th, that our lives would be changing forever. When Kara received the phone call from Dr. Morris, all three sisters raced to Austin. I knew I was not ready for what faced us ahead. By the time we got to Austin, Team Sherry was already in place. What we did find out over the next 2 weeks was that our sister was an extraordinary person with enough friends and co-workers to fill a stadium. We should all be so lucky and so honored. Sherry has touched the lives of many, many people, from little Girl Scouts to judges, from attorneys to golfers. I feel she is singing camp songs and hitting those little pink balls right inside the pearly gates. I know I can speak for Kara, Diane, plus our family. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts for all your love and support. We are very blessed to have been surrounded by you during Sherry's illness and be surrounded by you today in her honor. Sherry would be extremely proud of each one of you. We love you, Sherry. Thank you for coming.